Yes. Because also we have to put both. Your audio. Let's go both of you. Let's go onto. I can't put you on separate lines.
Yeah, gotcha.
Let's go into the same line.
Gotcha.
Croaky voice. Yeah.
This year, but I said I'm happy to have a couple of years of shit stuff for 3 flags.
Yeah, that's true.
Right, if we win the next, three in a couple of years.
1, 2, 1, 2.
Well, that's same with the Hawks fans. So we had our 3 years, and just not the ordinary thing, so they're up and about now, the boys.
Well, I'll tell you what, I was in Virginia the other day, and I said, Shane, I think the two best teams at the moment play each other.
The Doggies, yeah, probably the two best, most informed teams in the competition.
We can just, what we can do, if you like, do you normally co-commentate or do you normally do it by yourself?
I usually do it by myself, but I have co-commentated with Rod in the past, funnily enough. He used to help me out many years ago. We used to do it together, and that was great value.
No, we'll just swap over.
And we just take turns, just to go for a minute or two, and then pass it over, and then go for a minute or two, and then swap it.
Yeah, I think, like at the moment, at the moment, yeah, they're certainly playing some great footy, and they've got the brand to win it. But I did a bit of a mock thing, and I think they win this week, but potentially Geelong next week, and then potentially I think Brisbane. I can't remember how I mocked it up. But
yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. Geelong's not a great matchup for us. They've belted us twice this year, and we did beat the Doggies earlier in the year, like round 7 or something, but that was before either of us were playing great footy. So
no, you're certainly in a purple patch, and you can. I think you've got the side that can win it all. It reminds me of 08.
That's right.
No one sort of gave you the chance. They went, you're a couple of years away. You're playing some really good footy. I must admit, a few weeks ago I was thinking Brisbane, but I'm just not sold.
Yeah, they've struggled the last month.
Yeah, I'm not sold. Port will be helped by having the 2 home finals.
They will.
But I hate Port, so...
Yeah, so we should have beaten Port, the Hawks. Choked in the last minute early in the season. We beat Brisbane, beaten GWS. We got flogged by Sydney and Geelong, but we've been competitive against most teams in that 8, so
yeah.
I just hate to face Geelong.
Yeah, there's just sides just don't play well against.
No, we just don't match up well against them. Although that last time we played him, Sicily was out, and he's really important to the structure of that back line. And, the Will Day injury probably hurts.
Yeah, no, it's going to be interesting. It'll be a good series, I'm sure. I mean, I mentioned the NTFA before. That's been a little bit like what we're talking about here with the Premier League. You know, there's South Launceston finished on top, Longford, Rochalee, they're probably the 3 best sides, and so any one of those can win it, depending upon what happens.
Yeah.
So Longford play South tomorrow in the qualifying final. They only just got over Rochalee the other day, Longford. Rochalee have got Hillwood tomorrow. So, yeah, it's always good when you go into a, final series and you don't associate with any team, and you just think it's going to be a cracking series.
Absolutely.
So you're at Burnie High?
Yeah, Burnie High over down the highway.
Who's the principal in there?
Trudy Durkin's principal, but she's on long service leave at the moment with a view to, well, not with a view, but she will retire when that long service leave expires. Okay. So, Jimmy, Jimmy Thompson is the acting principal at the moment.
Okay, no, I don't know him. I'm sort of a bit out of the loop. When you have I finished up, I was the assistant principal up at LC.
Yeah.
I finished up there maybe 7 years ago.
Yeah.
So, or maybe even 8 years ago. So once you're sort of out of it a while, it's like, They sort of come and go.
Yeah. There's always a bit of shift and change.
With the uni work that I did, I used to do a lot of work with Don College over there, with Nick and John Thompson, the principal.
Oh, yeah, John, yeah.
John went to uni with me as well. I think he was the same year as Rock.
Same vintage.
Yeah. Nick's overseas at the moment, working at one of the international schools. He was the basketball coach for the Thunder. Nick that I used to work with, used to do a bit of stuff with us at the uni.
No, yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Valley Road on this Saturday, the 31st of August, this penultimate round 20 of the Women's Super League season. For this clash between the Devonport Strikers, top of the ladder, and champions-elect, the Kingborough Lions, who sit in third place in the WSL, equal on points with South Hobart. We'll just run you quickly through the lineups today before we begin. Tom Ballantyne's Devonport Strikers today, Georgia Anderson in goals, Capel, King, Bidwell, Hardy, Foote, White, Knight, Sullivan, Sims and Emmett for the home team. And for the Kingborough Lions, Cameron Hazelwood's team sees McIntosh in goals, Willis, Kanagisa, Wiley, Walsh, Moore, Davis, Lashmar, Fuchs, Howell and Hennessy. They are unchanged from their team that won 4-1 last week against the Glenorchy Knights. The Devonport Strikers having made one change from the team that demolished South Hobart 6-1 last week, with Grace Sims coming in for Emily Smith. Whilst the premiership is decided already this season, there is still a bit on the line for these two teams. The Devonport Strikers arrive at today's fixture undefeated, and I'm certain that Tom Ballantyne and his team would like to keep it that way. The Kingborough Lions, as I said, sit level on points with second place South Hobart, and I'm sure they would like to finish the season in second place, which will be indicative of some of the great results they have had this season. We've had some great fixtures between these two sides thus far this year. Certainly the cup final, a highlight of the season, a very late winner for the Devonport Strikers in extra time on that occasion. And some other narrow victories for the Devonport Strikers there earlier in the season. In round 6 at Lightwood Park, a 2-1 victory, and a more confident and comfortable win for the Devonport Strikers in round 14 here at a Wet Valley Road, 4-0. We are just about to get underway. My name is Camille Douglas. I'm here with Rob Soward today, and we're looking forward to a fantastic one today.
We are. Thanks, Camille, and great introduction, as you've said. The champions-elect. The victory parade for them here today. They're competing at the moment with a bit of circle work behind us in the bushland, and Devonport have taken the kick-off. They're ignoring those fumes blowing across the pitch, and we look forward to a great game here today. But as you said, Camille, they've been absolutely outstanding this season. And we throw there to Kingborough in front of the the construction that's going on here at Valley Road. It'll be absolutely fantastic here in the complex when it's underway. Kanagisa throws that one in. It's rebounded out and it'll be quickly taken there by Devonport. They've been terrific, the strikers, this season, and look forward to seeing what they do at that National Cup level. But today will want to finish on a winning note. Opportunity here for Kingborough going forward, but chopped out beautifully there by Annalee Bidwell, who ploughs that one out over the sideline, and Kanagisa will go forward to take the throw.
Throw into the feet of Davis, tackled by 2 or 3 Devonport players, White and Bidwell in there. Foot then to White, trying to slip in Knight, who's looks like perhaps a more midfield role in behind Grace Sims up top today. Knight has been playing as a bit of a false 9, and over the last 4 weeks has scored the last 4 games, a remarkable 14 goals, which sees her sitting right near the top of the leading goal scorers. In fact, 4 of the top 5 goal scorers in the competition are from these 2 teams. Hannah Walsh with 22, Whitney Knight with 19, Davis with 16, and Foot with 15. So plenty of goals in these 2 teams today, and we are hoping for an exciting action-packed fixture today. Throw in, ball deep on the right wing, crossed end collected comfortably by Anderson. Anderson long up towards Sims, not quite read well by Fuchs or Sims. Bounces over, comes towards Capel, who's been flagged as being offside. Now, given the rain we've had over the past week, the pitch has a few puddles on it, and there's certainly not going to be the smoothest surface on which to play exciting, attacking, possessive kind of football, but we'll see what the 2 teams can manage today. Pretty narrow here, the Devonport Strikers. Not much with Sullivan providing that out on the right for the Devonport Strikers. She slows, plays down, comes back to Bidwell. Tackled by Davis. Pushed off it by Davis. The linesman and referee look at each other. It's awarded to the Kingborough Lions. They'll have a throw with Kanagisa on the left wing.
Danielle Kanagisa, very important player there for Kingborough, pokes it forward in the Davis direction. The skipper, so important, as Camille alluded to, for this Kingborough side. It is an amazing statistic when you look at the representation at the top of that goal scoring table, with 4 players out of these sides and some significant numbers in there. Just a bit of a arm wrestle at the moment, blowing the cobwebs out. Devonport coming off that incredible win last week against second-placed South Hobart. So, as I said, they'll want to finish off in style here today in front of their home fans, who have braved what is that horrendous weather sweeping across Tassie. Not too bad here at the moment. We haven't blown off our commentary position, standing next to Rob, our cameraman. So, hopefully the weather's kind to us today. Another throw here to Kingborough, free kick, slowly advancing in territory. See what they can craft here in front of the Devonport Strikers club rooms. Nicely struck ball into the box towards the keeper, parried back into play, cleared out beautifully there, Danielle Capel. Kingborough setting up at the back, ball bobbling around, and got a flag up. Gathered safely at any stage by Georgia Anderson, the custodian. Offside on that occasion against Kingborough. The pitch in reasonable shape considering the rain we've had, but as Camille said, it's certainly going to not take that nice, smooth, fast-flowing style out of it, and hopefully still presenting a good spectacle. We're going to have a throw in front of us just here at the moment in our commentary position. Holly Emmett. Nice throw. Setting an opportunity forward there. That was Sims. Sitting for Foot. Ball bobbling around the box. Kingborough at 6s and 7s trying to clear that out. Driven towards the goal. Beautiful shot on goal. Just a little bit too heavy. And that'll be a goal kick to Kingborough.
First shot in anger there, coming from the Devonport Strikers from distance from Abby White. Seen safely over the bar there. Foot heading down. More than driving through midfield. Chopping. Pushed by White. Manages to get it towards the skipper Davis. Returning the favour back to Moore. But King agriculturally clearing that up the ground. White. Knight brings that down. Finds pressure outside of the right down towards Capel. Wiley doing enough trying to clear it away. Doesn't get it away from Sims. The linesman's flag goes up. I'm not certain. Must have been the first action perhaps on Sims, but the ball deflected back. Wiley standing up over this one. The Devonport strikers dropping back, allowing Kingborough to play out. Then they press. Sims working hard against the back four there. Pressing, having to shuffle back and across. As I mentioned before, Knight dropping back in to the midfield today with White and Hardy. Foot out on the right. Capel on the left. Kingborough ball. Driving forward. Davis had vacated the number 9 space there in the pass forward. Could not find anyone. Now Knight. She has a chance to shoot from distance. And she does. Going towards the keeper. It's hit. It's a tremendous strike. Add that to the litany of magnificent strikes from distance this season by Whitney Knight. Make that 15 goals in the last 5 games for Knight. And a fantastic start for the Devonport strikers. An early lead and maybe ominous signs for the Kingborough Lions, Rob.
Oh, absolutely. And beautifully called, Camille. She struck that ball beautifully and gave the Kingborough keeper no chance. And isn't she in a rich vein of form? I mean, just to be dominating at this level in the last few weeks, and she's given the strikers the lead in about the 6th minute. So we'll see what Kingborough have got up their sleeve. Having seen them a couple of times this year, they're certainly a side that'll hang in there and fight. And Laura Davis, who's got the ball at foot, so important to that fight back. Sits nicely there for Wills. Beautifully blocked on that occasion by Georgia King. And cleared out. Only as far back there as Wiley. Blocked again. Just the commitment from the Devonport defence is absolutely outstanding. Ball bobbling around there. Through the legs of Samantha Hardy, who was in that last passage of play. They're away here now, the strikers. Capel drives it forward in the direction of a teammate there in Sims. Cleared away on this occasion. Ball fluttering around in the strong breeze, favouring the Kingborough end. Kingborough trying to set something up here now. Again, Laura Davis seems to be in everything. Fortuitous bounce off the striker's defender, but safely gathered and danger averted by Georgia Anderson on this occasion. Very reliable in goals. Little patch in front of both goals there. They'll try and stay away from that, and we certainly saw Whitney Knight adhering to that idea by striking it beautifully and burying it into the back of the net, keeping it off the ground. Throw on this occasion to Devonport. And they move play on quickly. Nodded back in cleverly there by Capel. Chopped off by the Kingborough defence. Ball sits. Good strength there from, that was Abby White. Devonport win it back. Hardy. Oh, sorry, that was King. Back to King. And trying to create something. Beautifully done on this occasion. Lucy Foot. Oh, nice save. That's a really nice save there from the Kingborough keeper, Erica McIntosh. Foot just probably didn't hit that where she wanted to, but McIntosh saving the day and averting disaster, which would have been to go down 2-0 at such an early stage when Kingborough are trying to seek that equaliser. Played forward there nicely by Lashmar in the Davis direction. Davis cuts back inside. Beautiful strength there from the Devonport defender, Bidwell. She's still down, Davis. Hope she's okay. Just a little winded, I think. Devonport trying to set something up back here through the middle. Foot ploughs it forward. All set up at the back there, Kingborough, and they've got time to steady through Wiley. Turns it over though. Gets it back towards the middle of the pitch. All bobbling around in the air. Kingborough trying to just find something here and break this defence down. Lots of possessions, not really going anywhere. Devonport well set at the back there, and they're going to come away with it up this near touch line, just in front of our commentary position.
Sims putting pressure there on Hennessy. McIntosh is clear, high, towards the halfway line. Wills up with Capel. Then Wiley tries to play it forward, bounces off White, she gets it back. Wiley drives through in the direction of Lashmar. Cut out by Sullivan, who drives forward in the central position, looking to get it out wide towards Foot. Bounces off Kanagisa, back to Foot. Drifts it in towards the central position. Kanagisa then, a heavy touch, challenges with Foot. Good challenge, Kanagisa keeps hold of it. Then to the feet of Davis. Drops it down towards Walsh, looking to slip in more behind Sullivan. Driven forward by Sullivan, only as far there as Howe. Emmett's clearance. Neither team really quite getting this down and controlling the game, and then a free kick. Slowing down proceedings. A frenetic start here at Valley Road. 1-0, the Devonport Strikers lead. King standing over this one. Looking to go long then. Flat delivery down to Capel. Nice idea, the flick in towards Sims. Down to Hardy. Spreading the ball to Bidwell. Bidwell keeps it when challenged. Slips it forward to Sullivan. Fuchs across. Fuchs does well. Strong in the tackle. She'll use Kanagisa. Options needed for her. Looks to come in board. Cut out by White, and then Bidwell with a wrestle with Davis. 50-50 there. Advantage is paid. On goes Davis. Bidwell does well to track back and win possession. Plenty of time in the midfield then for Foot and White. White with a paddock in front of her. Gets it to the feet of Capel. Wiley on her back. Knight then playing a 1-2. Wiley does enough to tidy up and put that one out of play. As the dirt bike riders over the back of Valley Road continue their circle work. I'm sure you can hear in the background. Throw in. Lashmar looks to have switched wings momentarily. Lashmar long forward, hopefully in the direction of Davis. Bounces Walsh and Foot. Raffle it off, and White ends up with it. Just puts her foot on it. Comes to Knight, back to White. White then score in the cup final against Kingborough Lions earlier this year. Opened the scoring, a lovely 1-2 between Foot and Capel, then to Sims. Linesman's flag stops that attack from the Devonport Strikers here at this early stage.
Thanks, Camille, and as you said, he's cutting some pretty fair shapes over there behind us, that bike rider. I'm hoping he runs out of juice soon because it's pretty distracting, I'm sure, for our listeners. But Devonport certainly showing no hangover of things. It'd be pretty easy to just turn up here today and go through the motions. Kingborough trying to be creative, but the Devonport defence just steadfast. Beautifully done there by Bidwell. Cuts back through the middle, creating another opportunity. Whitney Knight, the goal scorer, sets Lucy Foot away. Foot. Back to Knight. Slowing play down. The Strikers. It's Elizabeth Sullivan. It's building here, Devonport, looking dangerous. Lots of white shirts in front of them, so they've got to be clever here with what they do. Opportunity here. Is that going to sit? I think it will. And that's a tap in. Beautifully done, Grace Sims. Oh, dear. Kingborough looked like they had that covered, but fumble from the keeper. Sims pounces, and all of a sudden, it's 2-0. I mean, just great build-up there from Devonport. They just bided their time, found a way through that defence, and unfortunate there for McIntosh. She'd be disappointed with that one, but Sims pouncing and putting the Strikers up 2-0.
What I enjoyed about that goal, Rob, was the licence given to Bidwell just to step forward out of defence as she drove out of the defence, but she didn't stop there. She continued her run and then planted herself high in that kind of number 9 position, and then she was instrumental in the creation of that goal, receiving the ball from Knight, and then the creation of the goal flicked through eventually to Sims. So the licence that Ballantyne gives his team to play that kind of fluid style of football. Just looking back in the pitch, you saw that Hardin, White had sat deep in order to allow Bidwell to drive forward. As here comes Kimber on the counter-attack. The shot in from Davis bounces off King. Laid back to Moore at the top of the box. She comes further back to Walsh. Her shot doesn't trouble the keeper. So an impressive goal for the Devonport Strikers. 2-0. And they'll be searching for more here. And a tremendous ball from Foote. Capel just leaves it behind. But again, acres of space in midfield for the Devonport Strikers. Outnumbering Kingborough midfield at the moment, working harder. The ball driven in by Capel. Now for more. Kanagisa. She drives forward. She's been afforded the opportunity with a bit of space a few times here. The talisman for the Knights. Here goes Davis. She drives past one, shoots from distance, and it's into the back of the net. A tremendous effort. Did that take a deflection? The keeper, Anderson, seemed to be wrong-footed. Made no attempt to retrieve the ball, and the ball sailed into the back of the net, and what was looking a comfortable 2-0 lead is cut back to a 2-1 deficit for the Kingborough Lions. Fantastic bit of play there from Davis. She shrugged off the defender, took a touch, cleared her feet and drove it into the bottom right-hand corner. A replay of that goal will be interesting to see if it was deflected, but either way, the Kingborough Lions are on the score sheet here in the first half of Valley Road.
Beautifully called, Camille. I think there may have been a deflection because the keeper didn't move. And the role Kanagisa played in setting that up too was terrific. But Sullivan's away here for the Strikers again. It's just almost goal fest. Peel for handball. Lots of noise there from around the pitch on that one. People thought that might have come off a hand. Kanagisa going to try and clear that out of danger. End-to-end stuff here. You'd think it was a dry day. But frenetic pace here early. But going back to that goal, Kanagisa giving a bit of licence to roam. And as we've said through the call, Laura Davis will be going forward here today with her goal-scoring prowess. And she duly saluted. But the Devonport Strikers keeper not moving, which does suggest that maybe there was a deflection. Throw on this occasion here to Kingborough. Kanagisa. Davis, the goal scorer. Comes away with it, up the near touch line, pushed off it. Good strength though, beautifully done. Annalee Bidwell, she's just an absolute jet at the back there for the Strikers side. Very technically sound in their setup. Lovely work there from Capel, just on cue. Commentators love it when they do that. Plays it back towards the middle, Foote. Sets a teammate away. Sims, the goal scorer. Not on this occasion though, chopped off. She's collected a boot there. On that occasion, in that contest for the ball, clipped Ava Wiley, and that'll be a free kick there, the referee says, to Kingborough. Early stages of this one here at Valley Road, approaching the 20-minute mark, and it's already 3 goals, 2 goals to 1 in the Strikers' favour. Kingborough away again through the goal scorer, and here's an opportunity. Is this going to sit for Lashmar? Will she keep it in? Sullivan? Not on this occasion, though. The end line wins. It'll be a goal kick there to Devonport.
Anderson then. No, playing short out of the back here. Goes long. Foote and Walsh challenge for that one off the head of Walsh and out for Devonport Strikers throw. Sullivan will wander over to take this one. Sullivan in towards Foote. It's Wiley for company. Certainly looks like Wiley and Kanagisa have swapped wings. Whether that's to deal with Capel and Foote, maybe they figure they're better matchups for those two on those flanks. But there seemed to be a switch there. Speaking of switches, a long ball forward, cut out by King. Emmett then in space. Emmett takes a touch, looking to draw the defender. Tries to play it in behind, cut out by Kanagisa. So in for Emmett. Long towards Capel in behind Kanagisa. She puts it into the box. A lovely turn from Ford. It comes to Sims, who doesn't get enough on the strike to get it past McIntosh and goals, who dive to her right to prevent the Devonport Strikers going further ahead. Terrific bit of play there from Lucy Foote to shield that one and to allow it to run through to Sims, who nearly was at the double there for the Devonport Strikers with a brace, but McIntosh making the save from what really was a relatively harmless strike. Sullivan then in front of Lashmar. She drives forward and shoots from range, and that one comfortably wide of the post. McIntosh happy to see that one past her near post and out of play. Not a day to be a goalkeeper, looking at the goal mouth there for McIntosh. Plenty of mud, and she was just in that moments ago making that save from Sullivan. McIntosh then. I think he was fine with the men this afternoon in the NPL game. They'll look to play short out of the back, but there seems to be a no-nonsense approach from these two teams today. Sims across the face of goal. Lucy Foote hungrier and best. Foote adds to her goals this season and makes it 3-1, and listen to the cartwheel. The Devonport Strikers 3-1. Lucy Foote finishing off the fantastic work from Sims, who pinched the ball, drove into the box, cut it back, and then Foote at the back post, wanted it most. 3-1 lead the Devonport Strikers.
Yeah, and anyone that says that, football's a boring game, they obviously aren't tuned into what we're seeing here, because it'd be easy today to think with the inclement weather we've had and will have, that it'd be a bit of a go-slow. 3-1 after 21 minutes. The way we're going here, Camille, we could be breaking all sorts of records. It could be a cricket score, as you say. What a Kingborough got here in reply. They bounced back quickly after that last Devonport goal, so they'll be looking for something here in return. Bounced around here, and another opportunity. Sims, ball sat nicely for it, back towards Foote in the middle. Foote versus Kanagisa. Back to Knight. Sullivan. Is it going to sit? Nicely done on that occasion by the Kingborough defender Lashmar, but only back as far as Hardy. Hardy using his strength, but dispossessed on this occasion. Bit of a battle on here in front of us at the moment, and beautifully done there by the Devonport player in Abby White. Nice touch, but again turned it over. They're well set up now. Kingborough, lots of white shirts there in front of the blue and gold. Down this near touch line, looking in the direction there of Laura Davis, but Devonport wide awake to that. 3-on-1. And they'll work their way out of it back to White. Nice touch there to Capel, back to White. It's class all over the park here for this Devonport side. Timely boot there from Kanagisa. Hannah Walsh goes long. Sullivan leading the race. Keeper involved and nicely picked up. That's not easy to do either on a day like today where the ball doesn't sit. And as Camille said, both goal mouths are a bit chopped up. I did see a player from training emerge last night from that mud pile at the left of the screen. Oh, here's an opportunity, just didn't quite sit. Ball's gone over, is it going to bounce through? And it... Oh, still on the line. It actually sat in the mud pile. Oh, my goodness. Early celebrations there from Devonport. Another shot on goal. It's all happening here at Valley Road. Oh, that looked like a certain fourth goal, and it just stopped in the pile of mud and gave Kingborough time to clear it away. Ball's then been driven back in on goal and has cleared the end area. My goodness, it's just all happening. And first versus third on the table, the champions elect Devonport United now with a corner. I mean, can it get any more exciting? I hear you ask. And Camille Douglas and I are here, and we don't have an answer to that one because it's just been action stations already so far today. As the corner's ready to be taken, that breeze is gusting up. Driven into the danger area. Harmlessly away there, giving Devonport a chance to reset. Reset they do. Ball sits up in the breeze. Nodded down nicely there. It was Lashmar out in the foot direction. Back to King, driven in, rebound. They'll come away with it here, Lashmar, on this occasion. Devonport set up well at the back. Lots of blue and yellow shirts there. Foots away. She's going to be able to keep that in. Yeah, she'll sit okay for her. Gets around Kanagisa. And that sets Knight a task, but she's up to it. Not quite. Just a little bit heavy off her foot. We'll have a throw in over there to Danielle Kanagisa. So we've played 25 minutes here at Valley Road, and we've got 3 goals to 1 the way of the Devonport Strikers. The only blemish on their record this season, 1 draw to accompany the 15 wins. So it's been an outstanding campaign from them. Dominant side, foot, attacks on goal! Oh, and off the roof of the net and over the back. It's just been an amazing start here at Valley Road. Camille Douglas, Rob Soward calling the action for you, and Camille, well, again, I'm lost for superlatives. It's just all happening.
It is all happening. 4 goals within 25 minutes. That rate, end up with about 16 goals by the end of this one, and wouldn't that present some scoreline for the newspapers? But Kingborough playing out of the back there, cut out by Capel. Most of the play being in the Devonport Strikers half thus far. Attacking half. Throwing more long. Davis brings it down. Well marshalled by Bidwell. Fantastic work from Davis. Bidwell grabs at Davis as she goes past. Can't stop her though. The ball bounces off Sullivan, then cleared into King. Flicked. Comes down to Howell, who loses out to Foot. Sees Sims makes her run. But they're alive at the back, the Kingborough Lions, and Hennessy plays back to McIntosh, switching out to Kanagisa. Right on the touchline. Devonport Strikers shutting down. Fuchs turns it over to Foot. She comes in board and misses the target for Knight. And now Kingborough Lions can attack. A terrific ball in behind there, setting out Wills. But the ball cleared right in my direction. I nearly get a touch of that one as it bounces right next to us. In fact, Robbie's going to get a touch. No, it's escaped him at the critical moment. The big clearance there from Anderson in goal as well, the Devonport Strikers. A fantastically exciting spectacle to start this one here. 3-1 lead, the Devonport Strikers. As Robert's mentioned, could be easy for these two teams to go through the motions today. The title already decided and just pride on the line, but both teams have showed some great displays of attacking flair already, and it certainly feels like there's more goals in this one. Emmett. Long up the line, comes to Wiley. Capel appealing for a free kick. Nothing coming from the referee. Davis doing a magnificent job, and Bidwell persistently fouling Davis. Davis relaying that piece of information to the referee. Bidwell making sure that if she can't get the ball, that Davis doesn't get past her by any means necessary, grabbing or pulling. A bit of the dark arts, as they might say in football there from Bidwell. 2 in the wall, long range. Walsh plays it into the box up towards Davis, but that will be a goal kick. Anderson happy to see that one out of play. Came out towards there. Anderson didn't quite get to it, but it didn't get any kind of deflection off a Kingborough Lions forward. So it is the Devonport Strikers. Anderson. She comes long over the head of Capel. Sims then wrestles for it. Walsh driving through the midfield. Bunts into Wyatt. Can Moore pinch it? Hardy reads it best. Comes back to King, who loves that little shift of the shoulder. Turns the defenders every time. The ball from White short for Emmett, who plays it forwards. Looks like it's come off Moore. No, it is a Kingborough Lion throw.
You've got to love Bidwell's defensive work. I think she's been to the Claudio Gentili School of Defence. Certainly that name will ring a bell amongst our older listeners. The well-known Italian defenders, 1982 World Cup champion, and a master of the dark arts, as you so beautifully put it there, Camille. He's, no disrespect to Bidwell, she's certainly probably not as dirty a player as he was, but nonetheless, It's a great battle between those two. The talisman there for Kingborough in that one. Devonport clear it away back towards the centre of the pitch and chopped off, and Sullivan set away down the far side. Chopped off nicely there by Kingborough, but only back as far as Whitney Knight. Ball at foot, sends it inside. Dangerous area, deflection. Kingborough settle. Bring it out. Well set up back here though, Devonport, and that's Capel. Beautifully skilled player, drives it forward, but chopped off. Across the back there by the Kingborough defence. Regroup here by White for Devonport. Looking to set it up. Trying to create that fourth goal. Incredible in a half of football. It's going to sit okay here for Knight. Gets through, beautifully done Knight. Great strength. Fortunate toe in there by the Kingborough defender. Knight in the foot direction. Nodded away by Canageiser. Ball bobbling around. It's going to be okay. Comes away there to Lashmar on the counter. Boom. That's what Georgia King reckons of that. She just blasts that one out over in front of that stand under construction. No nonsense at the back there from the Devonport defender. Just happy to see that one over. Georgia King, the captain. Just no nonsense at the back there. Organises them and reads the play beautifully, and any opportunity to just belt that ball out of there, she takes it. Goal kick here for Devonport. Approaching the half-hour mark. We've probably just played a little bit over half an hour, and it's 3-1 in the strikers' favour here at Valley Road. Title all decided, but the icing on the cake for this home fixture for the Devonport strikers today. Foot sets a teammate an opportunity here, and she's up to it, absolutely up to it. Grace Sims already got a goal on board today. Cuts back inboard, goes back in the foot direction. Called that a few times, Sims to foot. Oh, just doesn't quite sit for Knight. And Kingborough looking to clear. Beautifully done there on that occasion by Emmett. Capel plays a nice ball back to foot, 1-2. Capel running onto it. Oh, the Kingborough player, bit of a size mismatch there, loose Tilly Wills, but luck's a fortune for her, and that goes safely out over the end line, and it'll be a goal kick here to Kingborough. Rain staying away here at Valley Road, which is good news for everyone, particularly the two commentators and the cameraman, who don't have anything over them at the moment other than raincoats. Hopefully it stays that way today. We're here this afternoon for the huge blockbuster clash for Devonport fans, where the strikers just need to keep winning in the Premier League if they're a chance at winning the title, emulating the female side that have played so well this year. Foot creating another opportunity, sending it in a dangerous position. Sims spins around, swings onto the right foot, blocked on that occasion. Rebound, Sims sends it goalwards again. No one on the end of it though. Kingborough happy to plough that one out over the sideline, and Hannah Walsh on that occasion. Be a throw here to be taken by Sullivan for Devonport.
Dangerous moments in the box there for the Kingborough Lions, Rob, as we tick towards the final 10 minutes or so of this first half. 3-1 it remains. Throw in from Sullivan to foot. Cross the front of goal, and Capel arrives in front of the keeper, unchecked by the defenders, and seemingly out of nothing. The cross from Sullivan finding Capel at the near post, and a terrific finish just on the inside of her right foot, just to cushion it past the keeper at the near post. Can be easy to miss those ones, mistime them, send them over the bar, clip the top of your foot and go further out towards the back post, but beautiful composure there in front of goals. And now the Devonport strikers front three each have a goal. Foot and Sims and Capel. And the parade of goals continues at Valley Road. 4-1 it is to the Devonport strikers. Plenty of time still left in this one. Plenty of action to come, but plenty of goals already. I'd hate to be the person cutting together the highlights of this one at the end of this game, but we did say at the start of the game, Rob, there are goals in this one. And speaking of goals, Lashmar driving forward for Kingborough on the counter, but Anderson equal to the left-footed strike from Lashmar. Both teams have been racking up the scores in the past few weeks. Devonport strikers, by my quick calculation, over the last 4 weeks, not including today, put in 22 goals, and Kingborough, courtesy of a 15-0 win over Riverside, have something in the vicinity of 28 goals over the past 4 weeks. So there's plenty of goals in these two teams that we've already intimated, but at the moment it's the Devonport strikers showing their attacking skills, controlling this one at 4-1. And Sims, ever hungry, looking to add to that more. Didn't play last week. Sims back into the team this week. Foot, a lovely touch in the box. Drops it back to Capel. Then tonight at the top of the box. Cleared away by Moore. Only as far as Hardy, who finds White. Into the feet of Knight. Back to White, who shoots from distance. It's slow and hard. McIntosh equal to that one, picking it up. Taking a bounce. And then long up towards the halfway line over the head of Hardy. Bidwell drops that one to Foot. Plays it forward in the Sims direction. Red best by Hennessy. Back to McIntosh. Looking out wide. Doesn't quite get her pass right, and it's cut out by White. Knight then slips it to Capel, who dances on it, turns, and keeps possession. Emmett, who's been instrumental in winning the ball back for the Devonport strikers on a few different occasions. And Devonport strikers look to switch the ball through King and then Bidwell. Bidwell driving forward, as she's done successfully already so far. Foot, some lovely touches today. Getting it on the half turn there in the half space and nearly creating an opportunity for the Devonport strikers. Didn't quite come off that occasion in the past. Waltz then, great vision out to Lashmar. She now has options forward. Instead plays it in the heels of Moore. Get it back to Kanagaisa. Her pass cut out by Sullivan, who finds Foot. A bit of a blind pass inside. Cut out pretty easily there by Howe. Back to Wiley, Kanagaisa, as the game slows down momentarily. Kingborough keeping the ball. Both teams doing a better job with that as this half moves along. Kanagaisa not on the same wavelength as Lashmar, and Sullivan loses her footing in the corner, allowing Lashmar the opportunity to play it into the box. It looks like it's come off the hands of Sullivan. The official has awarded a corner.
It was all happening in that one. She had time to clear that one, Sullivan, but slipped over at the unfortunate time. So, late first half opportunity here for Kingborough. Cara Lashmar plays it short. Kanagaisa back to Lashmar. Sends it goalwards. Dangerous. It's into the side netting on that occasion from Tilly Wills. I saw the strikers a few weeks ago, Camille, at Birch Avenue against Launceston United. They'd had a little bit of sickness, some injuries. Got the job done on a tough night. We'd had a rough week in Launceston that week with the weather. But they just look like a machine, a race car just running into top form. And they've got strength all over the park here, as we've seen today. Speed and athleticism. And here's another example of that. Just athleticism and speed. Grace Sims, just always dangerous. Very technically sound as well. So certainly a nightmare to coach against. That blend of athleticism and skill and strength. Certainly hard to pick apart if you're an opposition team. Kingborough's credit though, they're hanging in there. They're trying their hardest. Beautifully done there, Sullivan. Dispossessed the Kingborough player. Samantha Hardy plays it back to the skipper. Turned over, unfortunately, on this occasion. Lashmar comes away with it. Headed goalward there from Davis, but radar off on that occasion. Just a little bit wide, and the ball heads into the car park. Approaching the 40-minute mark here at Valley Road. The score 4-1. Devonport strikers way. In front of a growing crowd here. Obviously, great support here in Devonport for both the women's and the men's teams. We've been playing some terrific football this year. Have the strikers got another goal in them in the shadows of half-time? The skipper slipped at the crucial moment there and turned that one over. Luck's a fortune though, Sullivan. Another attacking foray. Kanagaisa with a timely boot. Is she going to be able to keep that in? Yes, she is. Danielle Kanagaisa, very important player for Kingborough. Speaking of important players, she goes in the Davis direction. Back to Canagaiser. You've probably got the two guns there. Oh, Devonport defender White put herself in the right spot, but luck was on Kingborough's side. Flags up on this occasion, and that will be a Devonport free kick.
Less than a handful of minutes left then, Rob, in this first half here of Valley Road. 4-1 the Devonport Strikers lead, 4 different scorers. Davis the scorer for Kingborough. In the minds of Hazelwood and Ballantyne, they'll be considering their half-time talks. What can they say to their teams to get them to come out and produce more or better in the second half? Kingborough will have to find a way back into this one if they want to get a result that could see them pinch second place from South Hobart. They're currently level on points with South Hobart, who sit in second, but they are, I think, just one goal behind on goal difference. So today's result would be potentially damaging to the hopes of finishing second, potentially fatal in that regard. South, 2 fixtures against the lower placed Riverside to come, and they should, you'd imagine, comfortably win both of those. So Kingborough really need a positive result today. Ball forward, headed out of play by Kanagisa, the Devonport Strikers goal kick. So a few different permutations there, considerations for the coaches to ponder. Can Ballantyne get his team to come out and continue playing positive football? Blessed with a number of good players, the Devonport Strikers, which has seen them on this tremendous undefeated league run this season. Bidwell cuts it out. And at this point of the season, we start perhaps considering, Davis can't quite put that one under a spell, and King puts that towards the byline and out of play. Emmett's going to have to come and clean up, and she puts that out of play. At this point of the season, we start to consider perhaps the award winners come end of season, leading goal scorers and league bests and fairests. And I do wonder if Devonport perhaps have too many players who might pinch votes off each other when it comes to that race. And perhaps team with a standout star or two might be better placed to pick up those individual awards. Not that's the reason that they play, but and I'm sure they would much prefer the league title which they've won to any individual awards. But here comes Knight forward then to foot. Lions players like Davis and Walsh, I imagine, will feature pretty heavily. Lashmar driving forward, gets rid of Sullivan, shoots from distance, gets under it a little. Anderson does tremendously well to hold that. Great footwork to get across. And then as she dived across, easy to spill those as you fall down onto your arms and shoulders, but held onto it well. Long forward then to foot. Flicking over in the Knight direction. As we tick towards the end of this first half, Rob. Lucy Foot on the ball. Hardy, bit of a blind pass, turns that one over. Now Wills with time and space. White coming across to handle her. Emmett to White. His touch is heavy. She flicks that around. A lovely bit of work from White. And then a nutmeg on Wiley. She'll want to cut those 10 seconds and put them up on a timeline later. But here comes Sims. She drives at the defence past one, but cleared by Kanagisa. Well read. Moore has Emmett for company. Emmett does well. Strong in the tackle as ever is Emmett. Not long left in this first half, Rob.
Yeah, thanks, Camille. We're just in the shadows of half-time. There'll be a little bit of time, I'd imagine, added on to accommodate those 5 goals that have been scored so far. But as you beautifully called in that last passage of play, the skill of the Devonport side was just on show. Across the park, end-to-end stuff, starting with their defenders and then obviously mids and attackers. Very evenly skilled side, as you pointed out. And certainly a very, very strong team that have taken all before them in this season. Certainly turned up to play today, and I'm hoping that continues in the second half. Don't want to see them put the cue in the rack. Opportunity here for Kingborough in the shadows of half-time, but boom, Emmett sends that club towards the club rooms, and Foot wins the race for that one. Puts the hand up, asks the question, and the linesman rules in her favour. they certainly wouldn't want to concede a late goal here, Devonport. Not that would, cause them too much angst, I'd imagine, but they wouldn't want that sort of blemish on what's been a dominant first half here at Valley Road. And speaking of dominance, Sims has been involved in most of that, using her pace and skill. Pressure on the Kingborough defenders here. They're trying to set something up. You'd think Devonport were down the way they're defending. That unfortunately on that occasion, just as I said there, the commentators curse on Emmett, who went the wrong side of the ball and created an opportunity for more, but a very short-lived one. Christabel Moore couldn't punish the defensive error. Kingborough throw. Will sends that goalward. Boom. A lot of air time on that one there from King. Back to King. Comes away with it. And that sounds like a whistle. And that is half-time here at Valley Road. Camille Douglas, Rob Soward calling this match. The top-placed and champions in waiting Devonport Strikers versus third-placed Kingborough United. And it's been a Devonport party so far, leading 4-1. The goal scorers, Whitney Knight, first on the board.
Winning season's right around the corner. We caught up with some past winners. Riga won a car. Stephen won a coffee machine. And Tara won a sundae.
It happened on a Saturday.
Returning Wednesday. Download the MyMaccas app and register to play.
Devonport in the first half. So we'll sign off here for a few minutes as the players head to the sheds, and as Camille set up beautifully in his remarks,
isn't just barista crafted across Australia. Our beans are also sourced from Kenya, Honduras, Ethiopia and Brazil, then roasted in Melbourne. Just another reason it's coffee fit for an Aussie.
In the second half. So we'll be back with you shortly here at Valley Road. But as we head into the sheds at half time, it's all the Devonport Strikers, 4-1 over Kingborough.
Winning season's right around the corner. We caught up with some past winners. Riga won a car. Stephen won a coffee machine. And Tara won a sundae.
It happened on a Saturday.
Returning Wednesday. Download the MyMaccas app and register to play.
Shame to be put on at the same time as you. You'd like to watch the game like someone's got to play at the same time with that. Yeah, I think Kingborough's got a few out today too. I did hear. So hopefully that works well for the Strikers. Probably as soon as that final also goes, they'll race off and go.
Yeah, well, I think we've got to go over. I think it's a presentation. I'm not actually sure what. This isn't the last game of the year for them, is it?
No, they've got one more next week, but I think because it's the last home game, they want to present that.
Yeah, I just got a message that said it was a presentation. I thought it could be that. It just said presentation in front of the clubrooms, I think. Yeah, I might go and do the same in a minute, mate. I was just making sure. The wrong bloody thing there. Yeah, on the other side of the green.
Oh, yeah. so flat as well. And not that we need it. We would, if we had had a good year, yeah. But the other businesses, yeah, exactly. Two trophies in the room. I'm running over.
Winning season's right around the corner. We caught up with some past winners. Riga won a car, Stephen won a coffee machine, and Tara won a sundae.
It happened on a Saturday.
with the champions-elect, the Devonport Strikers, against the Kingborough Lions. The Devonport Strikers leading 4-1 after an excellent first half in which they largely controlled. The front three all getting on the score sheet, along with Knight, who's playing as a 10 today. Davis, the scorer for the Devonport Strikers, in what is a blustery conditions, one would say, here at Valley Road. My name is Camille Douglas, along with Rob Soward. We're bringing you all the action from this one. It was an action-packed first half, 5 goals, and for the spectators today, love to see another 5 pour in. Perhaps not from a coach's perspective, see leaky defences, but the neutrals certainly would like to see the goal fest continue. And to that end, Davis looks to play the ball centrally. Didn't quite get a body shape right and played it in the direction. Then Foot heading on. Sims put out of play, didn't put Strikers throw. Foot looking again for Sims. Headed away. And he comes as far as Sullivan. Sullivan then with Lashmar, gets it to Sims, his touch is a little heavy, and then put out of play. Again, another Devonport Strikers throw. Sullivan has Bidwell back with plenty of time. She looks to drive forward. The option was short to Foot. Tries to get it out to Sullivan. Kanagiza intercepting, turning it back over to Foot. Then Bidwell shapes one way, goes the other. Drives then at the Kingborough Lions defence. On the outside of the right, finds Sullivan, who's made a run down the wing, looking to cut it back across, clip towards the top of the box in a clearance. Wills doing enough to get it away momentarily. Then Foot. Then White, who has a couple for company, and it's pinched then by Moore after Davis did the effort to turn it over. White then bundling over Moore, stopping the counter-attack. What is very reminiscent of a kind of Man City kind of offence fouls. The other team looks to transition to the other end. King a Knight, so Foot left on the ground by Lashmar, and her left-footed strike doesn't particularly trouble Anderson. As we've had action in both goal mouths already to start this second half. Long then from Anderson, read by Walsh. Moore loses out to Hardy, looks to clip in behind, but read best by Hennessy. Put out of play. Waiting for an option. Capel comes all the way back to White. Driving at the heart of the Kingborough Lions. Midfield and defence, shooting from distance. Well wide, in fact. Slicing that a little bit off the boot. And might not have even found the net if it was 2 goal widths wide. Not a bad start, Rob Sound.
Thanks, Camille, and it was very hard to leave the interior of the Devonport Strikers club rooms. I'll give you the tip. It's a fantastic venue here at Devonport. The crowd, good crowd, starting to build, obviously in preparation for further matches this afternoon after this one, and a presentation that will follow this game. Kingborough just trying to settle things down here. Both sides have come out full of attack, which is great. Great to see the viewers and those here getting full value for money. 5-goal first half, you'd take that any day of the week, particularly given the inclement weather we've had. Well, I thought it might have been a little bit of a slugfest in the mud, but not to be. Sliding tackle there. Referee says play on. Kingborough trying to set something up there through the agency of Walsh. She's found Lashmar. Clever little touch there from Lashmar, but chopped off by that very well organised striker defence. White back towards the middle, turns it over, but follows up her mistake. Kanagiza at the back, ever reliable for Kingborough. Finds Sullivan, bounces off her in the Lashmar direction. Lashmar's away down the near side here for our commentary position. Beautifully done. Cara Lashmar sends it goalwards, and it's in the back of the net. Oh, Cara Lashmar, what a goal! You'd hesitate to say, Camille, with the great goals we've seen today, but what a fantastic piece of play that was. Cara Lashmar got around Sullivan, who looked like she had it covered, and then just struck it absolutely perfectly, and causing all sorts of worry there for Anderson, the Devonport keeper. And Kingborough off to the start that they wanted.
An outstanding bit of play from Lashmar. The ball ricocheted off Sullivan, and then Lashmar got in behind. Sullivan tracked back. Lashmar then chopped back inside, took a touch to clear her feet, saw Anderson a little bit off the line, and then just dinked it. It had to be absolutely precise because of the amount of net she had to aim at, and it was centimetre perfect, the chip in the end. Lashmar, a lovely bit of football, and I'll be hard-pressed to see a much better goal than that. We've seen some good goals today, but that might be the pick of them. And Kingborough get themselves back into this one. 4-2 then to the Devonport Strikers, but the old fashioned saying in football is that the 2-goal lead is a dangerous one. And so it might prove to be here with a 4-2 lead for Devonport. It would take a stunning turnaround from a 4-1 position for Kingborough to get back into it, but certainly stranger things have happened. But it is Devonport Strikers' corner now. King, the captain, standing over this one. Numbers in the box. Floated up towards the 6-yard block, over towards the back post. Not particularly well cleared by Kingborough. Kanagisa does enough in the end. Scrambles it away. Kind of dropped dangerously momentarily as the Kingborough Lions players looked at each other to clear, and Kanagisa took control, putting it out of danger in harm's way. Long throw. Headed away then, down to Wiley. Goal scorer Lashmar. Poked away, Knight. Lovely feed on the wing. Fantastic feed, does it twice. Can Capel get it back to Knight? Does. Knight inside, clipping towards the back post. It's going to come to foot as Kanagisa for company. She turns one way, then the other. Step over. Fires into the box, deflected, and it'll be another corner for the Devonport Strikers. Lovely bit of play on the wing from Whitney Knight. Fast feet twice, going past 2 defenders. Capel then slipping her in. Lovely ball to the back post, and turn the Devonport Strikers another chance to put one into the mixer, as they say. Abby White can be dangerous from these positions. She's probably got a good 10-15 centimetres on most players in the box. King. Blustery conditions, can be hard to get these corners right. Can she get it in the area? It is just over White's head, comes to Sims, but doesn't quite settle for her, and then poked away. The scorer Lashmar. Deep in defence on this occasion, comes long up the line towards Davis, and it will be out of play on the halfway line.
Yes, Dennis Committee, I know different code, he would have loved that centimetre perfect there, Camilla, of that Cara Lashmar goal. I mean, it was an absolute, just a cracker. What Devonport have got in reply here, they build there through the agency of Georgia King, finds foot. Both been amongst Devonport's best today. King goes inside, plays the ball through to Daylight there, no one home in a blue and yellow shirt. Sims had gone the other way. Pressure from White there, back to foot, heads into the box, dangerous, shot on goal. Oh, didn't quite get enough on it, I didn't think, and hit it straight at the keeper, as it turned out. On that occasion, I think that was Knight. Just struck it straight at the keeper and really didn't put any mustard on it. Regained by Devonport here, White on a run. A little bit heavy, that touch. Kingborough will clear it away. It was Lashmar. Sullivan's there this time. They've got the numbers. Devonport, foot. Again, to no one in particular. Just a space, and there's lots of white shirts at the back to try and tidy up and then set something up. Kanagisa plays it out in front of us here to Lashmar, the goal scorer. Sullivan for company. White and Sullivan do a job on her. Beautifully done, White. Goes back to create. Clever little knock on in the Sims direction. Sims versus the keeper. That's offside on that occasion. Might have also, not sure which part of the arm that came off. It's immaterial anyway, because it's going to be a goal kick here. Played about 12 minutes into the second half. 4 goals to 2. Kingborough getting a goal back after being down 4-1 at half time. Tell you what, if they could pinch another one here, it'll make things interesting. But there would need to be a big turnaround. Foot down. She's okay though. It's on the shin, I think. Long ball played forward there in the Lashmar v Sullivan. That's been a good battle all day. Sullivan gives the feet up. Always dangerous when you go to ground. Take yourself out of the play. Quick throw there from Lashmar back to Canageiser. She'll be looking to set something up here. Will Danielle goes back towards the middle. Sullivan's in the right spot. Ball goes over her head. Sullivan sees it out over the end line. That'll be a goal. No, corner. I thought that might have come off a Kingborough player. Corner on this occasion. So dangerous. Alarm bells will be making a quiet little noise in the background there. Certainly got a lot of work to do to get right back in it, but that's the start they need off the roof of the net. So Kingborough have come out all guns blazing, Camille, in this second half, as they had to, and brilliant.
Absolutely nothing to lose, the Kingborough Lions, Rob, and they're coming out all guns blazing at the moment. A couple of chances, taking advantage of one of those through Lashmar. Can they create at least 2 more and take something away from this long trip up north for them? Anderson, Walsh, who's been strong in midfield. She's played some great balls in behind the Devonport strikers' defence when she's found the time and space in midfield. Sullivan, forward, finds Foot, a lovely ball. Foot with time and space then, chance to run it. Fuchs clips it into the box instead, but well gathered by McIntosh. More patient here, Kingborough, playing it out of the back. Fuchs, Canageiser, flicked forward by Walsh, only as far as Sullivan. Heavy touch, but it will come to Hardy. Nice idea in behind to Foot, who she gets there first. Sliding in, she plays it off. Fuchs in another corner. Both teams racking up the corners here early in this second half. Foot, the corner taker of choice. Tends to hit them pretty flat and straight, not much curl on them as she hits them. In the realms of professional football, I think they say 3% of corners directly result in a goal. 3 more every 100 isn't a great strike rate. We'll see what this one can produce. Foot. Long towards the back post, just over White's head again. And Wills puts it out another corner. Foot's going to have to do the long trudge across the other side of the pitch, in front of the club rooms on this occasion. And the ball deep in mud over on that far corner as the captain, the skipper, strolls over to take this one. White seemingly the target at the back post for these corners. It's just skimmed off her head or just missed her in the last couple of occasions. Will the plan be similar from this one? Foot. Doesn't quite get hold of that one at the top of the box. Does come to White though. She's strong. Comes to Hardy, comes back to White. A little toed effort. Comes off the post and in. A tremendous finish from Abby White. She adds her name to the score sheet. And in a time in this country where the popularity of women's football is skyrocketing, the Devonport Strikers rocket away to a 3-goal lead through the animus of Abby White. And a little cushion now for the Devonport Strikers with this 3-goal lead, Rob.
Yeah, and it was probably, people might laugh if we say it was against the run of play when the Strikers are already leading, but Kingborough have certainly come out in this second half, as you quite rightly said, Camille, guns blazing, but Abby White on that occasion, luck was a fortune for her coming off the inside of the bar, but she ever dangerous in that position, and a well-deserved goal to put the Strikers up 5 goals to 2. Still plenty to play in this one though, and as we've said all along, an absolute goal fest, real entertainment city here at Valley Road. Rob Soward, Camille Douglas bringing you this encounter, the penultimate round of the WSL. The champions in waiting, soon to be crowned, the Devonport Strikers against third-placed Kingborough. A lot of character, this Kingborough side. You know, going down as they did early, it's pretty easy to give up. But no, they've persisted and scored a couple of absolutely cracking goals to work their way back into it. And one of those from the boot of Cara Lashmar, who sends that goalward. Still got ball in possession though, Kingborough. Lots of yellow and blue shirts there in the way. White, the goal scorer, looks to clear it out. It looked like Bidwell with a boot on it. Chopped off by Tilly Wills for Kingborough. Bit of a rebound, pinball around there. Whitney Knight. Sorry, that was Tegan Hennessy, I should have said. Back to Wills. Back to Walsh. Trying to build something here, Kingborough. Deflection. Dangerous part of the field for that to happen. Cleared away though. Ever reliable Georgia King back to foot. Ball to space. Sims runs onto it beautifully, uses her pace. Sims, so unlucky, just didn't quite sit for that touch, just lost control a little. A heavy ball wouldn't have helped, and that's been ploughed onto the roof here at Valley Road. Rob might get the camera on Rod Andrews climbing up to get that one. That'll be interesting later on. You heard me that too, Rod. He's not 21 anymore. Long time figure here at Devonport. Referee said that's not in the right spot, Kingborough. Just take that back a fraction. He's directing traffic there. Happy with that. Thumbs up. Resume play. Free kick there to Kingborough, and that's just gone out in front of Wills. So that'll be a relieving throw there to Devonport, and a round of applause there from the Devonport supporters. Long throw. Trying to create something. Strikers up 5-2 as we've ticked over about 20 minutes in the second half. Oh, Devonport player down. Referee says I don't like the look of that. Whitney Knight, the player that was fouled. So that'll be a Devonport free kick in a semi-dangerous part of the ground. It's a fair way out from goal, but it's just what can happen once it gets into that mixer area that I'm sure Kingborough will be worried about with the talent that this Strikers side has in that part of the field. King is a successor options, drives it along. Lots of bodies in the box. Oh, sits and probably should have done better there, Capel. Just had a little bit too much time. Sometimes when you have a little bit too much time, you overthink it, and I think she did. Danielle Capel, a little bit disappointed in herself there on that occasion. Throw here to Sullivan for Devonport.
Go there with a great chance to add to the Devonport Strikers tally at the back post. Just probably didn't get her body position right as she went to play that one towards goal, snatching at the opportunity and instead just skewing it across the goal face. 5-2 it remains. Sullivan with the throw of the Devonport Strikers. The ever-energetic right back into Foot. The ever-energetic and combative Foot. Shutting down Kanagisa there. Long throw then, pinching a yard or two perhaps from that throw. Bidwell traps, thumps it off Lashmar. And then Emmett plays it forward. Kanagisa tackled by Foot. And again, Fuchs with a bit of time then to get her head up. Can she pick a pass? Devonport Strikers seem to be in the best position if this one comes long. But she does find a great ball to the feet of Davis. Touches to Lashmar. Lashmar then a delicate ball through to Moore. Can she get in between Emmett and King? No, she cannot. And Emmett plays it forward then. Wiley across. Knight in. She looks to spread the ball to Capel. Cut out. Driven forward then. Wiley. A little reverse. into Davis. Trying to clip it into Moore. Moore's run not equally timed as the pass though. And Kanagisa will take the throw in for the Kingborough Lions. Devonport Strikers throw, disappointed with herself there in the touch, Lashmar. 2 substitutions here for the Devonport Strikers. Capel coming off. Emmett coming off. Maddie Payne coming on. Along with Gemma Matthews. So Matthews and Payne on. Long throw, put out by Kanagisa. So 2 subs here, so Ballantyne turning to his bench. Throw from Emmett into foot. Lashmar pinches that. Kanagisa plays it back into her. Emmett then dumped by Davis. The referee not going into a book. Tom Ballantyne not happy on the sideline. Davis late there. Emmett getting to the ball first. Davis not slowing down or pulling out. Big remonstrations from the Devonport Strikers players and bench. Emmett back up on her feet. Emmett having made the switch. To right back. Matthews into left back. Sullivan off, ball in. Not quite gathered. Cleared away though. Lashmar then launching it forward. Matthews, newly introduced, replacing Sullivan. Ball forward. Not quite finding the target. So positional changes here for the Devonport Strikers with those substitutions. It's a shot from distance. Long range, very hopeful. Hit it well, but just over the bar. Payne has come centrally. Sims has gone from that number 9 position out to the wing. So a bit of shuffling of personnel there for the Devonport Strikers after the introduction of the new players. But we'll see what the introduction of Payne can bring, what dimension that can change the Devonport Strikers in attack.
It's great to see them still shuffling the deck, even though they're up with a comfortable 5-2 lead at the moment. Over half of this second half played.
Boys, let's go.
Giving the players an opportunity. You don't win a title on the back of 1 or 2 people. It's certainly a whole squad effort, and this squad runs very, very deep for the Strikers. Some quality players all throughout it. Back in the Kanagisa direction. Oh, timely head out, and then some friendly fire. The girls have collided. Bit of a head clash. Hopefully they're okay. There's courage on part of both players there. Kanagisa just got her head to that ball and sent it out over the sideline before she collided with her teammate. She's going to be okay. Just getting her breath back. No magic spray required, so that's always a good sign. Fuchs and Kanagisa there. She's okay though, which is good to see. Foot. Plays it forward there to Payne, newly introduced a little while ago. Sends it goalwards, but straight at the keeper, and Erica McIntosh gathers that one in. Lights are on here at Valley Road. Dark day, even though we're still in the early afternoon period. Great afternoon of football ahead of us on the back of what's been a fantastic encounter. A real goal feast. All stays in. Payne looks to play it quickly. Goes back towards the middle. Kanagisa and Fuchs, who were involved in that collision a moment ago. clear it out. Sims chops it off. Kingborough come away with it though. A lot of composure there, well done. Davis, quality player. Wills, back to Canagooza. It's back to Fuchs. Back to Canagooza. Just retaining possession at the moment. Kingborough working it around, looking for that opening at the Wills. Wills plays it back in, but chopped off nicely there by the Devonport defence. Whitney Knight's got that, and she set Payne away down the clubroom side. Maddie Payne got Sims in the middle. Timely boot there from the Kingborough defender. And we'll have a corner. League should be getting heavy, you'd imagine, at this stage of the game. Played just on half an hour in the second half. Heavy ground. Long season. And not long to go in this fixture. Georgia King looking for a dry spot to put that one. She'll be looking for a while. She's found one she's happy with. Places it. Arm goes up. Sends the ball goalwards. Nicely struck. Nodded in. Bounces. Oh, bodies everywhere here. Another shot. Sims almost had an opportunity to pull the trigger. Ball heads back and Kingborough away on the counter. Davis set away beautifully there down that far side. It's going to need some support. Well run, Davis. Davis goes again. Blue and yellow shirt shut her down. And that's gone into the construction works, that one. Good teamwork there from the Devonport defence. Danger averted.
And we have a change then for the Kingborough Lions. Only one person on the bench as they travel to Devonport today. So it is Georgia Edwards coming on then. And Amelia Howe in midfield being replaced. So Kanagis is going to go, it looks, into midfield. Replacing her there, and then over to right back it looks as if Georgia Edwards will play. So both teams have dipped into their benches. Putting some fresh legs onto the pitch. Heavy ground can mean heavy legs. Newly introduced Edwards gets a touch. Sims hard in there on Wills. Licence flag for throw in, no more than that. And pretty slow to get up here. Wills under the heavy challenge of Sims. This could be potentially disastrous for Kingborough with no one else on the bench and having used their only substitution. If Wills is unable to go on, that could mean they have to play the remainder of this one with 10 players. And trailing by 3 goals already, that would be an enormously difficult task. And Wills goes down. Trouble here, I think, for the Kingborough Lions as the referee waves for assistance. Wills tried to get up and continue play, but took a couple of hops and went over.
Magic spray time, Camille, here, I think.
Yeah, they're going to bring out the magic spray. Cures all ills. And with some luck for Kingborough fans and perhaps neutral fans alike, Wills will be able to continue playing here because it would go a long way to dampening the spectacle of what's been a very entertaining game at 5-2 if Kingborough were to go down to 10 and the Devonport strikers might consider themselves the proverbial shark smelling blood in the water. Certainly might go in for the kill if they were to only play with 10. And the condition with which Wills is hopping along there, I do think Kingborough are going to have to play this one out with 10. No easy task to face this Devonport, all-conquering Devonport strikers side with 11, let alone having to play them with only 10. So tough ask for the Kingborough Lions here as we play through this second half. So it'll be interesting to see how they restructure positionally here. Wills has been out in the right wing all day. Will they just leave that area vacant? Do they just play 2 up front as a narrow front 2? Emmett stepping in, winning it. Undaunted by the loss of a player, Kingborough pushed forward. Kanagisa rattles it off. Hardy. And then forward, Wiley. Has Lashmar, uses her. Looks to come back to Wiley, but pinched. More. Longer, and Anderson is going to be best placed to pick that one up. Can the Devonport Strikers take advantage of the 10 men then? Doesn't look like they're going to change shape. Kingborough, though, I've just heard Hazelwood on the sideline tell the team they're going to go to a 4-4-1. So Davis will play up top alone. Heavy touch from Wiley. Foot nearly pinches, then it comes down to White. Emmett to White, gets it back to Bidwell. Drives it into the feet of Foot. Lovely pass, lovely line-breaking pass there. Foot not quite making the right choice there. Pinched by Walsh, back to Wiley. It's Kanagisa, then Wiley. Into Davis. Good football from the Kingborough Lions. The pace of the game is slowed a bit, allowing the teams to keep the possession a bit more. Kanagisa, Wiley. Cleared away. Only as far as Walsh, the switch on perhaps. Gets it into Kanagisa, who's making the most of her switch into midfield after the substitution. Edwards, the substitute. Cut out by Sims, driven forward by Matthews to Payne, who's been a little isolated up top since she's come on. Kingborough have probably been on top since those substitutions have been made. Devonport Strikers haven't made too many forays forward, but here an opportunity is presented to the Devonport Strikers to get their team up the pitch. Try and monopolise possession and create something more here, Rob.
Thanks, Camille. And you get the feeling it's going to be a long 15 minutes with player down. You hope Tilly Wills is okay, though. Courageous player. Limping away back to the bench around the back of the goals. Just a nasty knock on the lower leg there, I'd reckon, that not even the magic spray could fix. And you know that if that's the case, that it is pretty serious. Devonport will be searching for a 6th, you'd expect. Really putting them to the sword if they get that opportunity. But Kingborough holding firm. White for Devonport. Surging forward. Probing. Chopped off at the back in the Foot direction. Foot stops, taps it forward. Emmett tries to keep it in, but not on this occasion, and that'll be a goal kick. And I reckon if I was Kingborough, I'd be using as much time as I could to defray that player advantage that Devonport have. As we've said, a lot of running, heavy legs. Some tired players out there at the moment. Presentation after this game. Don't forget, please hang around for that if you're viewing online. That'll take place over in front of the Devonport Strikers club rooms. Foot regains possession for the Strikers. Little triangle there. They play that one around. King sets Payne and Mission, who's up to it. Ball sits nicely for her. Got some white shirts in front of her though, and she picks one of them out as opposed to the teammate she was looking for, and that's just belted out across the sideline. On this occasion, quickly taken there by White, back to Payne, sends it into the box, dangerous, but gathered well on this occasion by Erica McIntosh, and no further damage inflicted there for the Kingborough Lions. Great afternoon of football ahead of us here at Valley Road. My co-commentator Camille Douglas will be leaving us shortly to go and play in his game next door. Equal top of the table, Devonport Strikers in that division, needing some results to go their way. He'll be hoping that the Somerset side have had the sprinklers on all night as they play a rampaging ladder-leading Riverside down at Somerset. And then we've obviously got the game here, the Devonport Strikers versus Kingborough, and the Strikers have just got to keep winning for the hope of winning the title. White sees that one out over the sideline. Game just petering out a little here in the last few moments, inside the last 10 minutes. Got a substitution, I think. Kyan Harvey comes on, and you can see that was who came off. Give you an update. I think there was Samantha Hardy actually.
Hardy.
Bit of Nostradamus work from me there. I just didn't quite see when she came off. So Hardy off and Kyan Hardy off and Kyan Harvey on. Throw there to Kingborough. Foot and Davis, two quality players there. Played back to Bidwell. She's been terrific today. King, always terrific, the skipper. Sends Payne on a mission. Down this near side, trying to create something is Payne. Steps inside, beautifully done, Payne. But all defence there from Kingborough, and that's going to end up actually out on the road, I'd suggest. 5 goals to 2, the situation here at the moment. Strikers in control inside the last 10 minutes. Camille Douglas and Rob Soward here at Valley Road in the penultimate round of the WSL. And the champions in waiting, Devonport, been dominant today in an absolute goal fest.
Yes, a goal fest it has been, Rob. 5-2 Devonport Strikers, and they play here against Kingborough, who only have 10 on the pitch. Driven in from foot. This time it gets to White. Her header down. Harvey in on that one. She's bundled over by Fuchs, but there is no whistle from the referee. Kindly points for a goal kick. Kingborough breathe a sigh of relief there. Harvey introduced with Emily Smith. Harvey replacing Hardy, Smith replacing Sims. Smith started last week in the absence of Sims. Gets a run here at the end of this one. Inside Walsh, touches back to Wiley. Payne in hard. Gives away the free kick for her challenge on Wiley.
You're welcome to sit back, sit in that space for me, yeah? Sit in that space where you are.
5-2. Is there any more goalmouth action left in this one? As time ticks away, Devonport Strikers will, barring a miracle, add another victory to their tally this season. Undefeated, winning all games but one this season. And we'll finish the season against Glenorchy Knights in Hobart next week and look to round out an invincible season. King plays to her sister, Foot. Foot, out to Emmett. She's got time. Takes a few touches forward. Lashmar shutting her down. Fires it to Payne, whose touch inside is nice. She's found a bit of a pocket of space. She looks to deliver into the box, but skews her cross. McIntosh collects. As Rob said, there are lights on here. The Valley Road in this one. A dark, overcast day. Foot has scored some from that range this season, not on this particular occasion. So midfield at the moment for the Devonport Strikers of Harvey and White and Foot, who's coming in the midfield. Whitney Knight up top, Sims on the left, Payne on the right.
Good. Well done, Georgia.
A few positional changes for Devonport after those substitutions. Strong holding up there from Davis. The ball forward a little directionless. And the sisters combining again there in Foot and King. Lovely ball from Matthews, breaking the defensive line. Into Smith, to White, over the top towards Knight. Lovely football from the Devonport Strikers. Can they put the finish on this one? Knight tried to cut it back, cut out by the Kingborough Lions as it looked to get through to Payne. Knight strolls over to take the corner then. Devonport Strikers leaving Emmett. And Matthews back. Knight. Low and hard this one. Kanagiza clears without much issue. King, a first-time ball back out tonight, who's surely offside from that position, and the linesman flags it so. Offside on Knight. Moving in towards the final minutes of this fixture. With celebrations to come afterwards, some presentations for the Devonport Strikers. They'll be pleased to have won this game on a day where they'll receive acknowledgement as the champions of this 2024 WSL season. And what a rampaging season it has been for them. Plenty of goals, the Women's Statewide Cup. One more week to enjoy their success next week against the Glenorchy Knights. And Tom Ballantyne's had a fantastic first season in charge of these Devonport Strikers women as they look to add the cherry on top. And after a long spell on the sidelines, it looks as if Wills is going to come back on and finish off this game. True toughness on display from the young lady, Rob.
Yeah, absolutely. Courage aplenty there. We were talking to courage aplenty, and you mentioned the King and Foot relationship. I wouldn't mind sitting in the backyard watching those two compete. It'd just be absolute fierceness. You might have noticed too that the bike rider in the background's out of action this half. Camille and I took care of that at half time. Bike's in about 8 pieces over there at the moment. No, actually, I'm joking. I probably shouldn't say that, just in case someone's listening who knows who I'm talking about. But makes a nice break, and we can just concentrate on a fantastic game of football. Question was for handball there. Referee says play on. Heads in the Wills' direction. As Camille said, her courage has been terrific. Ball bobbling forward here. Another opportunity for Devonport late in the shadows of full time here. Goes inside, back across the box. Oh, needed a touch there. There's White. Wrong side of the post. Just beautiful cross across the box into a really dangerous position. And White was a bit deeper. Just off target. Couldn't add to her tally. Strikers up 5-2 here at Valley Road. Very, very late stages of this one. Not long to play. We might have a couple of minutes added on for that stoppage with the Wills injury. And not long to go, as Camilla said, until we see Devonport acknowledged as champions after the game over in front of the club room. So please stay online for that one. Knocked around here. Played back to White. White goes back. King. Sims. Called those names a lot today. Have Camille and I. They've been very, very busy. Played back inboard there. Taylor Goss played on. Emily Smith, the substitute over there, got the gloves on. Good thinking, Emily. Very sensible. Ball played into a dangerous spot, but no one home for Devonport. I reckon that referee will have a look at his watch in a moment. Not long left here. Foot gets a foot on it. Back to Payne. Payne from downtown. Oh, saw the keeper off the line, and Payne's launched one. But on this occasion, Erica McIntosh saves the day. A great save. And we don't edit, Camille and I, but I tell you what, I hope that one's in the highlights. Maddie Payne got hold of that one. And Erica McIntosh was up to it. Great save. And that just shows the quality of this Devonport side, Camille. You know, up 5-2, minute or two to go, and they're still playing like we're in the early stages of the game. Sure, our listeners will wish you the best for your game. Georgia King, they had to take the corner here. Searching for that 6th goal today for the Strikers. Strikes it low and hard. Or needed someone on the end. Smith was there but couldn't quite connect. Ball bobbling around. Hennessy sends it over the sideline. Can't be long to go. Ref looks at the watch.
Stay organised.
Whitney Knight battling away there.
Stay organised, keep digging.
Round by attrition here. Gains a few metres. Sims with the throw. Trying to create a late one. White. Back to Knight. We need someone here called Bright. We've got White, Knight and Bright, but not today. Smith, dangerous position here for the Strikers. Boom. That's sent out over the sideline by Kingborough. It'll be a Devonport ball. Referee looks at his watch again. Can't be long to go. Smith. Smith and Edwards. Edwards the sub. Smith. A couple of pairs of fresh legs there. Two substitute players. Devonport just trying to find one more goal. Little knock forward there to White. She's up to White. Oh, beautifully done, McIntosh. That was goalward. Goal bound there from White. Wanting to add to her tally, but McIntosh been great in goals. Long range shot, that's off target. For another look at the watch. He's toying with us, Camille. Yes. Davis plays it back. Hennessy back to the keeper. He don't muck around with it there. It's going to be okay, Canagiza. A bit further away from goal than normal, as Camille said, pushed up to the midfield. Chopped off there by foot. She's going to set them away again. Beautifully done. White, Knight. Knight, dazzling feet. Will she get a shot on goal? Not on this occasion. I was half expecting that, Camille, to be the final whistle.
Yeah.
I'll let you call the last bit of this action as you call your girls home in what's been a fantastic result here for Devonport.
Absolutely, Robert. A fantastic result for the Devonport Strikers. 5-2 as they continue what has been a tremendous season for them. Adding another victory under the belt. Their nemesis has been Kingborough this year. They've had some close contests, particularly that memorable cup final early in the season. But can King put the final touches on what's been a fantastic performance today? King stands over the ball, 4 in the wall, McIntosh in goals. We wait for the whistle. There it is. King strikes it. It's driven, and a spectacular save from McIntosh to her left. King hit it very well to the right-hand side of the wall. McIntosh wasn't unsighted, though. Managed to dive down to her right. The referee looks at his watch, and finally his whistle echoes around Valley Road. The Devonport Strikers celebrate a 5-2 victory. Another comprehensive performance and victory for Valentine's team. The Devonport Strikers scored early. Kingborough managed to nick one back through Davis. It was 4-2 for 1 at half time. Again, Kingborough got one back through Lashmar to make it 4-2. And momentarily, the Kingborough were on top and looked like they might make a contest of it, but the Devonport Strikers ran away in the end. 5-2 winners, 3-goal victors. An all-round performance from the Devonport Strikers today, sharing the goals around. 1 for Capel, 1 for Knight, White, Foot, all on the score sheet. It was a fantastic effort, an all-round team display, and the Devonport Strikers be well happy with their work today. A long trip back down the road for the Kingborough Lions and Cameron Hazelwood. They've got one more fixture this season to finish off what has been a very positive season. It looks like they will finish third on the ladder, Rob, but a successful day's work for the Devonport Strikers. Thanks for your company today here at Valley Road, Rob. I very much enjoyed calling the game with you. I'm going to go and enjoy my NC1 action now, and I'll leave you with the job of calling us through the presentation for the girls.
Thanks very much, Camille. An absolute pleasure. And as I said, I'm sure our listeners will wish you well for your game. And as I also said, they'll be hoping Somerset have left the sprinklers on down there for that clash against Olympic. But as you said, it's been a fantastic effort from the Devonport Strikers. today. The champions in waiting. Just full credit to Kingborough though too. They certainly are brave and highlighted, I guess, by Tilly Wills, injured and then comes back onto the ground. So I'll Rob Soward, on behalf of Rob the cameraman, myself and Camille Douglas, signing off at this part of things, which we will be bringing to you. So please stay tuned, go and make a coffee, heat something warm up as we make our way over for the presentation. Thank you for putting the clipboard away.
I thought he's upset about he's playing games with him. I just, thought it might have got wet.
Are they coming up to do media now?
I think we're coming down over there for the presentations. Thanks, Coach.
Danny Capel will be the one to talk to. No, I've got my kids here.
Right, you can take Paddy. He's been there as well.
See you over there, mate. Is there anything you need me to carry? No, I'm good. You okay? Yeah.
Only one of those bottles in for you, Oh, all right. He had both. He had both. We just had a bit of an issue with the core food signs. Within minutes. Person manning the gate, ready to whisk it in.
Season's good.
got another full start. I think we haven't been told to interview the coaches after the game, so we'll grab a couple of minutes each and we're expecting it. So.
No, we can have it.
We've seen his car. Sorry, we've seen the car. Where is it? It's coming down the hill. Here he is. Ah, here he is. Yeah, I got him. All right, okay. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Tony McDonald, CEO of Football Tasmania. Before we begin, I'd like to acknowledge, pay respect to the elders that are here today, acknowledge those who have passed before us, and acknowledge Tasmanian Aboriginal people who are attending this event. I'd like to officially welcome you to the presentation of the 2024 McDonald's WSL Champions Trophy, and how fortunate we are able to present this, as well as our McDonald's NPL Under-21s, both at Valley Road, on this special occasion today. Thanks for coming out and throughout the season to support both teams. What a terrific season they've had. And of course, I should mention at the NPL side too, no pressure guys, but there is still a title up for grabs and you can do the trifecta. Firstly, congratulations to the WSL coach Tom Ballantyne, his entire team, on an impressive unbeaten season. Before I proceed any further, I'd like to call on the President of Devonport Strikers, Drew, to say a few words.
Thank you, Tony. Thanks everyone for coming along today, sharing this great moment. We're very proud of our girls going through hopefully the season undefeated, one game to go, but it's been a fantastic year for our women's program. A big thank you to our coaching staff, Tom and Al, Teresa, our match manager, and to everyone else involved with the team. It would be remiss of me not to also, I guess, thank those who have been on the journey. This hasn't happened overnight. It's been a 4-year project, and many of the girls here today started that project with us back 5 years ago before we were in the WSL. So a big thank you to those of you who have, I guess, been on the journey all the way through to the success that we've had today. And I'd also like to mention Mal Gorry, who coached the WSL team for 3 years, who did a fantastic job in pulling the women's program together, and that's culminated today with a fantastic result. I'd also like to thank our sponsors who've supported us all the way through the women's WSL program. So Richard Martel Beaumont at Law World, also Carla Rand at Base Bar, Adrian Ford at Devonport Chiropractic, who's over there waiting to have a photo with his sisters, and also Cradle Mountain Helicopters. So fantastic sponsors, and they've been with us throughout this project. But as I said, it's been 4 years in the making. I think we finished 4th of the first year, 3rd in the second, 2nd in the 3rd year, and 1st in the 4th year. So yeah, it's been a incremental improvement all the way through. And the real challenge now will be to try and hold this position and the success in the program. So congratulations to our girls, and I'll hand back to Tony.
I'd now like to invite the captain of the Devonport Strikers, Georgia King, to say a few words.
Firstly, thanks Kingborough for the game today. Really appreciate it. You guys fought really hard, so thank you. Secondly, thanks to everyone that comes along every week to cheer us on. It's got to a point where it's just not our mother and father here watching. It's the outsiders, which we really appreciate. So thank you everyone that comes along and supports us. And next to our team manager, Teresa, thank you so much for everything you've done throughout the year. We really appreciate it. Thanks to our coaches, Tom and Al, for everything that they're putting in throughout the year. All those 12 nights, and some of those nights where we just don't have that extra bit of energy. But thank you for pushing us and getting us to where we are today. Again, thanks to all of our sponsors. Just a special mention to Devonport Chiropractic. There's a few oldies out here, if you can't tell, that gets us on the pitch every day. So thank you to Adrian for everything you've done for us. And to our whole squad, we've got such a massive squad. We've been working really hard, and I think, Tom, you would agree, from the first training to now, we've probably improved out of sight. So again, Drew mentioned about Mal. He got us here to where we are. We just need that little extra step. So thank you, Tom, for everything that you've done. And yeah, to the squad, well done. Everyone should be very proud of themselves. One to go, and then we can celebrate. So thank you. Oh yes, one by one. Danielle Mitchell, she is retiring this year, so just
hang on. Hang on. All right, you're going to do it.
I'm going to start off strong. I'm not sure if you're out there to play Danielle or not. She came back this year, had a bit of a kick with a few of us that have been together for many, many years. She is retiring at the end of this year. So last home game on the ground. We appreciate all the effort you put in. We know you've got a very, very busy life. So Danielle Mitchell. Another one that might be retiring, not sure now that we've won that cup. I bet she won't. So Sammy Hardy.
Hey, not basically the bowl. Just don't hire me out, mate.
Alright. The normal one's the champagne. Oh, champagne. This way, everyone. Smile. Smile. Beautiful. One more.
Lift the trophy.
We're going to do a yeah one. Alright. Ready? And a yeah one. Can you do it again without covering your faces? Alright, ready?
Nice to meet you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
We've got an absolute treat here today. Normally we get the coach. We've got rid of them.
Yeah.
And we've got you, Danny, to say a few words with us. So congratulations on the season. It's been incredible with one game to go. Today, what a goal fest.
Yeah.
Talk to us about that.
Yeah, no, it was nice. We've had a few games similar today where we've had a few different goal scorers, which I think obviously, yeah, we've had our most common goal scorers, but from time to time we've had a few different scorers, so it's been really nice, and I guess that's something that makes us a bit challenging from time to time is we've got a few different goal scorers, so mixes it up, and yeah, got lucky myself today with one of those beautiful balls across from one of the young girls.
You did really, really well, and we were talking in the box today. One of the things about your side is your completeness. So you've got speed, you've got power, you've got skill. You'd be an absolute nightmare to play against. So we look forward to seeing what you can do on the next level when you represent Tasmania at that cup stage. You must be excited about that.
Yeah, definitely. And like you say, I think we've got a very complex team with all of the attributes you just spoke of. And that's because of the commitment that we've all had to training in and outside of being here. A lot of us do things outside of training for the preparation. And so I think we'll definitely take it up to, the next step when that comes. Yep.
Well, on behalf of all Tasmanian football supporters, I think I'm pretty safe in saying congratulations on what you've done. It's been an awesome season. Finishing off in Hobart next week, but we wish you well for the future and for that next level where you go up to represent us at Cupland. Congratulations.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.
I know. I might just put them all on.
Thank you for hanging around after the presentations. It's obviously been a little while, but commiserations on today, but I think, Cameron, there are a lot of positives to take out of it. What was your couple of big takeaways?
I think Erica had a man-of-the-match performance in goal. She did really well. I was very impressed with her. But I think as a collective, even when we went down to 10 players, we still fought, worked hard, kept our reasonable structure. And yeah, couldn't be proud of the girls. They put in a good shift this year.
Well, again, I guess if we went out to the Tasmanian soccer public and said, come up with a word that sums up the Kingborough women's soccer team, I reckon courage would be one. And that was personified at the end. Tilly Wills, I think it was injured. The magic spray didn't work. It must have been bad, but she came back on at the end. But the girls hung in all day. The game could have got away from it. You must be super proud.
Oh, absolutely. I think, again, anyone could have just rolled over and said, oh, is what it is at that point. But, yeah, again, the credit to the girls, they put a shift in. We probably weren't tactically right correct in the first half, but again, the girls dug deep and put a shift in. I was very happy with them.
It's been a great season, third on the ladder so far. Cameron, you can be very proud. All the best for next week and the off-season. Look forward to seeing Kingborough bounce back next season for a great year.
Yeah, cheers. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'd like to thank the boys. Obviously, great season. We've come a long way, especially from last year. It's predominantly the same group, so that's awesome. Thanks to the guys who came up from Hobart a bit earlier to watch us. That was awesome. Thanks to Liv, Andrew, and Nick for all the time they've spent and hours they've wasted with us. That was also awesome. Yeah, thank you. And all the parents, thank you.